And let's bring in the head coach of one of the teams that's Talk Texas right now. It's the 8-0 Lubbock Roosevelt Eagles. We are joined by Coach Matt Landers. Coach, how are you?
Hey, I'm great. How are you guys doing?
How's this weekend been for you?
Pretty exciting. Not much sleep, obviously, but it's been fun. We're enjoying the ride right now and just obviously still taking it one day at a time. But yeah, that was a wild game Friday. If no one's had a chance to watch it yet, but that was a wild game.
It sure was. You guys beat previously unbeaten Abernathy, 58-56, with overcoming an 18-point fourth quarter deficit. Scoring in the final minute to get the win. So I just want to go back to maybe the beginning of the fourth quarter. You're down 3 scores, and against a team that ended your undefeated season last year. What did you tell your guys going into that fourth quarter that obviously sparked them to victory?
It's kind of funny. I wasn't. Somebody asked me about that too earlier, and I said honestly, I didn't realize we were down 18-0 going to the fourth quarter. We just kept, calling plays, kept trying to get our kids going, and just kept playing. All week though, we told our kids, one of our core values and one of our things about our culture is don't flinch. And what that pretty much means is we're not going to panic. We're going to stick to the plan because bad things are usually going to happen during football games, and good things are obviously going to happen too. But big thing is for them not to flinch. We're down 18-0 going into the fourth, and then we go out there and play a 28-8 fourth quarter, win the fourth quarter. It's also one of our big things in our culture. And so, but that was huge. Yeah. I mean, obviously things kind of went our way too at the same time, which is big. But at the same time, we're excited to get that win. That's for sure.
Well, I want to ask you a little bit about, you mentioned you win the fourth quarter. Let's be honest, the past 2 months, basically since week 1, you guys haven't played a competitive fourth quarter. You guys have been blowing teams out. So I guess, what do you feel like maybe you learned about your guys in this game, going up against that kind of adversity in a lot of ways for the first time in 2 months at least, and coming away with a win?
Yeah, well, here's the big thing. We've got 15 seniors on this team, and a lot of these guys have been on varsity since freshman and sophomore year. So they understand Friday nights. They understand our culture. They understand our expectations for them. And so, yes, I'm so proud of our kids for coming back. But at the same time, people ask me this too, and I said, well, it's expected of them. It doesn't surprise me. These are great character kids. These are kids that will fight through adversity. These are kids that won't back down from adversity. And so when adversity hits them in the face, they're going to keep fighting. They're going to keep competing. They're not quitters. These are the kids that have stuck it out, through the 20-game losing streak, through the 0-10, through the 1-9, through the 3-8s, and they have stuck it out to their senior year. So I know these kids don't have any quit in them. And these are the kids we can compete with on Friday night. So, I'm proud of them. But honestly, looking back on it, this is our character of our kids, character of our team. So kind of not surprised at the same time.
We're talking with Matt Landers, head coach of the Lubbock Roosevelt Eagles here on Texas Football Today. Get involved in the conversation at #TF Today. Coach, I want to talk a little bit about, because this is such a strange circumstance for you guys, because this was so unlike every other game that you'd played. Because coming into the game, you guys have given up 14 points on the season in 7 games.
Yeah.
Now you guys go out there and you give up 56 and get a win. So I guess in a lot of ways, let's talk about the defense, because obviously they came up with key stops at the key moments. Obviously that the Abernathy was able to get a little bit more success than essentially anybody has had all year combined against you. But tell me about your defense. What is it about your defense that has really led you guys to this point of this year?
Yeah, well, first of all, Abernathy has got tremendous athletes. Their quarterback, they got a 4 receiving core that's probably like any others around our region right now. Just tons of athletic ability on that field. And no doubt those guys make plays left and right all night, man. And so, props to those guys, man. They just kept making plays. But, once again, just our defense, just the resilience, we don't flinch. We're going to give up plays. We're going to give up some things here and there. But we just kept fighting, kept competing. And we did. We got the big stops when we needed to, which was huge right there. But like I said, just the character of our team right there shows that. Obviously led by one of our middle backers, J.J. Diaz. Had a huge hit right there in the late fourth quarter that caused a fumble. We were able to get on it. And talk about a huge momentum swing right there. I think, that put us inside the 20 or 30, something like that, to be able to drive in and get a late touchdown right there in the fourth quarter. So just his leadership on the team right there, and just showing that, hey, guys, we're not going to quit, and we're going to keep fighting to the end, and we'll come up with some big plays when we have to. So right there, just talking about our defense right there, definitely led by linebacker J.J. Diaz and his character.
The other side of the ball, you guys run the flex bone offense, and it's a thing of beauty. The way you guys are running it right now, and the trigger man there is Alex Trevino, a guy who ran for 215 yards and 5 touchdowns for you guys, kind of pacing a 543-yard assault. He is not always the guy with the ball, but he's always the guy who is directing traffic. What is it about Alex Trevino that you think sets him apart and makes him special?
Oh, yeah. Well, first of all, yeah, it helps when you got a quarterback like that can make decisions in this offense. He's actually been doing this since a freshman. So he was a freshman when I first took over as head coach. And I remember they were like, what are we going to do offensively? And I said, well, we're going to run the flex bone. I said, we got to do something different than everybody else is doing, something that's some kind of unusual. Obviously, Tascosa and Wall, they run it up here in the West Texas area as well. But, not a lot of teams do that. A lot of teams are spreading it out and getting in shotgun. And so we're going to do it, and we're going to stick with it through the good and the bad. So, his freshman year, we went 1-9. Mm-hmm. He was on JV for most of it, but we brought him up for that one game. We broke the 20-game losing streak and got that one win. He was the quarterback. And then the second year, he started out at quarterback for a little bit, but then we actually moved him to B-back. So he actually played B-back, our little fullback position, last year and his sophomore year majority of the time. So he actually knows this offense ins and outs. He's played multiple positions in this offense, but he studied it. But here's the thing about Alex, just being able to operate. He's a smart kid too. He's number 1 in his class here. He's actually trying to get into West Point right now. He's one of those character kids right there. But man, just being able to operate this thing is very impressive. Just to watch him. It is kind of nice to be able to call a play and then just kind of have him make the right decision, whether he gives it, pulls it, pitches it, whatever he needs to do, whatever the defense has given us. That's definitely a huge advantage for us right now. So definitely hands down to him. That's kind of mostly him taking control and being a leader on that side of the ball and being able to operate this.
And finally, Coach, it's on to the next one, and you've still got 2 games left. Week 11, obviously against Idalou, all eyes are going to be on that one. But you got to get there first, and you're taking on this week there at Eagle Field. You're gonna welcome in a Coahoma squad that. Look, they're going to come in desperate. They're coming in. They're trying to fight for a playoff spot. They're kind of on that, fighting for that 4th playoff spot there in what's become an extremely difficult district out there. How do you get your guys refocused coming off of a big, emotional, exciting win to take on a team that's going to come in and is going to give you their best shot?
Yeah, there's no doubt. Coahoma, just watching film on them, man, they're actually a really good team. Coach Jocelyn, I've known him for a long time since he's gotten that job. And I know he's going to get his guys ready. I mean, he always has his guys ready. Their quarterback can throw the ball well. Their running back can run the ball well. Their defensive line and secondary can fly around and hit. But, yeah, it's going to be a challenge this week. But we're also going to be as consistent as we can this week and just keep preparing the same way we've prepared for every game this year. We're going to prepare for this game like we prepared for the Abernathy game and the Reagan County game and the Stanton game and games in our non-district. We're going to keep preparing the same way we've always done. Be consistent for that, for sure. Obviously, it's a big emotional game for our seniors. It's the last time they'll play here at our home field. It's the last home game for these seniors. And a lot of them, like I said, have been playing on there since they were junior high, been on this field. And then obviously on Friday nights and sophomores and freshmen. So definitely emotional for those guys too. But we're going to do the best we can, keep this consistent and keep them humble and grateful. We're definitely humble and grateful for the opportunities we're given right now. So, but we're excited. Like I said, it's another Friday night. And definitely blessed and grateful to play another Friday night.
The Lubbock Roosevelt Eagles are 8-0 for the first time since 1986, and their head coach, Matt Landers, is at the controls there. Coach, really appreciate your time. Congratulations again on the big win on Friday night, and best of luck this week.
Yes, sir. Hey, I appreciate y'all having me on. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. There he goes, Matt Landers, the head coach. The Lubbock Roosevelt Eagles joined us here on Texas Football Today. Hey, thanks for watching this clip here on YouTube. If you like this kind of stuff and you want more of it, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. And remember, you can watch us live every weekday at noon at TexasFootball.com, Facebook, Twitch, or here on YouTube. And if you want more of the best coverage of football in the state of Texas, check out TexasFootball.com and become a Dave Campbell's Texas Football Insider at TexasFootball.com/subscribe.